Hey, I want to welcome you to the Floorball 2 award show. As you can see, I got really dressed up for the event, but it does say warehouse games, so at least I'm on brand. I want to thank everybody who participated in the voting process. Believe it or not, there were more than 1,500 of you that took the time. That's what we're all about. We love being in the chats during all the games and exchanging some barbs and having a lot of fun and watching all the drama unfold. But you're like, Rose, shut up your pie hole, get to the awards. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so let's start it out with the best warehouse debut. The nominees are...
And nominations for the best warehouse debut are Chelsea Dinnan, Corin McCallum, Reagan Rust, or Steve the Menace Dangle.
And the winner is... Oh, I love her. She's so sweet off the floor, but I don't want to get near her anytime in the near future. Reagan Rust! Congratulations, Reagan. Let's hear from the winner.
I just want to give a quick thank you to everyone that voted me for Best Warehouse Debut. It was so much fun playing this tournament. I actually can't get over it, especially the We Got Ice boys. Grateful for every single one of them and making the experience so much fun. I would say I got a little too competitive at times, but overall I had a blast. I think everyone else did too. So thank you guys again, and hopefully see you guys next year.
Hey y'all, it's Kelsey Wingert here, and I am so excited to present the Best Look Award. Let's hear the nominees.
And the nominees for Best Look, we have K-Mac's goalie getup. No. Reagan's headband. Jack's catcher gear. And Kane's helmet. And, oh, Jake Storielli, not on the ballot.
And the winner is K-Mac goalie getup at 52% for the Best Look Award.
Yeah, I look good. I've never won that one before. Usually I get like weirdo.
Moving right along, we have the Tried and True Award, Best Jerseys. Let's hear the nominees.
And the nominees for Best Jerseys are We Got Ice, Team Baggage, Hook Line Sinkers, Woogas, Love Yas, McFlurry Power.
And the winner of Best Jersey is Team Woogas at 35%. We Got Ice came in second at 21%.
Ooga, 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 ooga. We came in third place, but we had the first place jerseys. As much as it was all us, it wasn't. It was Matt from Graphics who designed this sweet peanut butter cup jersey.
People like the Reese's.
Thank you, Woogas fans, for voting for Woogas. These are the best jerseys.
Go Woogas!
Wooga, wooga, wooga.
Hey guys, Jolly Olive here. Here are the nominees for Best Celebration in Floorball 2.
And the nominees for the Best Celebration are the Woogas Jumping, the McFlurry Power Stirring, the We Got Ice Crowning, and Zoe hitting Jack.
And the winner for this one is gonna be Zoe hitting Jack. It goes to We Got Ice. Second place was Stirring the Pot with McFlurry Power. Let's hear from the duo themselves.
I'm so honored.
You hitting Jack.
I've never been happier.
Up next, we have a brand new award in the floorball landscape, but it's the most important in my opinion. Here are the nominees for third tallest goalie.
And the nominees for the third tallest goalie are Dalton Feely, Jack Doyle, Kane Van Gate, Lucas DeVersa, Jake, and K-Mac.
And the winner, We Got Ice's Jack Doyle is the third tallest goalie. Coming in second place was Hook Line Sinkers Kane Van Gate. Why don't we go over to Mr. Doyle to see how he feels.
Okay, let's move on to a really fun award. This one is the Best Shady Rays Commercial. Let's hear the nominees.
And the nominees for Best Shady Rays Commercial are Ugly or Hot, Jake Catching Shady Rays, Zoe vs. Warehouse Bright Lights, We Got Ice Green Room Improv, Jake and Pennick Conference Room Convo, and Jimmy Catching Shady Rays.
And the winner of Best Shady Rays Commercial is We Got Ice Improv at 25% of the votes.
Good on us. Shout out Zach too. We kind of gave him the bare bones and he made it real good.
Okay, next up, we have a really special award, a really fun award. This is the Best Canadian Non-Canadian Award. So let's go ahead and hear our nominees.
And the nominees for Most Canadian Non-Canadian are Nikki Cash, that's me, Chris Rose, Jeff Krause, and Jack Doyle.
And the winner of the Most Canadian Non-Canadian is Chris Rose. Wow, at 33%. Let's hear how Rose feels about that.
Oh my gosh. Why do you think I spent all those hours blasting "Oh Canada"? Oh Canada, our home and native land. I mean, for years and years, I would just practice by myself because nobody wanted to be around me. So it made it worthwhile not having friends for all those years. Oh Canada.
I am absolutely honored to be part of the Floorball Awards and to present the award for Best Booth Call. Let's hear the finalists.
Oh, Uncle Luke is going to make his nephew cry. Jimmy has scored, steals it away from his younger brother and says, listen, little bro, get your ass back to your room. And don't forget, I own this bucket company on top of that.
Oh, but he steals it.
Between the legs. Got it.
Unbelievable.
That dude is a freaking wizard, and he's my best friend. Yeah. Yes, he is. I don't give a shit if I met him yesterday.
Winner is. Best booth call is, that dude is a wizard, and he's my best friend, Chris Rose. Congratulations to my partner and my friend, Rosie. Oh shit, there he is. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Do you want this?
Well, arguably the biggest star of Floorball 2 was Pavel Barber himself, so we made a whole category just for him. Here are the nominees for the best Pavel plays in the tournament.
And the nominees for the best Pavel play goal are Pavel's first goal of the tourney, Pavel deflection from Reagan for a goal, Pavel scores from beyond midline for hook line sinkers, Pavel breaks Baggage's hearts.
And the winner for this one is going to be Pavel's deflection from Reagan on We Got Ice. Another win for We Got Ice. Let's hear from Pavel himself to see how he feels.
Wow, what an honor. Thank you so much for this award. This isn't even the award. This is a Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup trophy. I do advertisements for them. There's actually Canadian money in it. That's a toonie. Yeah, Reagan, great pass. Couldn't have done it without you, buddy. I know you don't win a lot, so I'll give you this. You can have it. Yeah, really fun playing with you guys in the Pavel play. Just a great pass by Reagan. I didn't even have to do much. Pretty sure my foot was in the crease, so I'm not sure how I won this award. But yeah, I'll take it. Thank you.
Okay, our next award is the best storyline that we saw. Let's hear the nominees.
And the nominees for best storyline are K-Mac getting revenge on Baggage from Blitzball Battle 3, Jimmy versus Luke, Sam versus Nick, and lastly, Chris Rose versus Ref Kev.
And the winner of best storyline is Chris Rose versus Ref Kevin at 34.5%, just inching out the K-Mac revenge game on Baggage. Only a 0.3 differential between those two awards, but congratulations to Chris Rose and Kevin.
That's right. Thank you, motherfucker. You didn't hear that, kid.
Tons of possibilities for this classic award. Let's go over the nominees for Best Interview Moment.
They're like a bunch of like goats running at you.
Goats.
But I think we just got to generate more winning.
Yeah, there's a ham inside my leg, and it's about a spiral ham or a turkey or something like that, but
I'm shot.
Things are clearly not going my way, but name one championship team that didn't face some adversity besides the Worm Burners.
And the winner of this one, We Got Ice. Once again, it's Jack Doyle when he said generate more winning.
I don't even remember saying generate more winning.
Yeah, I don't think you meant that as a joke.
No, I think that was an actual, like, I was kind of getting a little lightheaded.
Yeah.
And I said,
more winning.
Yeah.
We're getting down to the end here, which means we're getting to the most important awards. Let's go over the nominees for the best game of Floorball 2.
And the nominees for best game are Game 4, the O'Brien brothers square off. Game 8, Jimmy's hat trick saves Team Baggage. Game 10, DZ sends Ice to the championship. Or Game 11, the championship shutout.
And the winner for this one, that's what I would have picked. The semifinal game between We Got Ice and Woogas, where DZ sends his team to the championship with a heroic performance. Let's hear from the man himself.
Wow, best game, let's go. More like best team. And I know that actually went to McFlurry, and congrats to them again on that win. But man, We Got Ice, Jack, Zoe, Reagan, all of them made it so special, that moment where they just came sliding in there and all their energy and how much they just fired me up during all of those games. They were such great teammates, and you guys put on such an amazing tournament. Like, getting to relive that from now on, like, I'm going to go back to that clip because there's not a lot of athletic highlights coming in my future. Nothing is crazy and as cool as that. So thanks again for the award.
All right, we have reached the top of the mountain, just about. Big 3 awards, and we'll get it going with best goal. There were so many out there, I don't know which one to choose. All right, here are the nominees.
And the nominees for best goal are Bowens, between the legs in the championship. DZ's sudden sadness goal. Chelsea, below the knees deflection. Chelsea, toe drag between the legs.
And the winner for best goal in floorball 2 is Nick Bowens, between the twigs. Yes, in the championship. Nick, let's see, you still practicing, bro?
Huge thank you to everybody that voted my goal as the best one of the tournament. To have it be in such a big moment, to have Chris Rose and Pavel Barber announce it, to see everybody's reaction, that's a video that'll stay in my camera roll for literally the rest of my life. So again, major thank you, but I do want to give some love to Chelsea as well. Her goal against hook, line, sinker, where she batted it in. Such a skilled play. Awful pass by me. I honestly don't think Pavel puts that in the net. Sorry, Barbs. But just such a skilled play by Chelsea. Want to give her some love for this one, too.
All right, this next award, best goalie. These are the dudes between the pipes. They're knocking it away. They're getting on their backs. They've got really cool masks. Let's see who the nominees are.
And the nominees for best goalie are Dalton Feely, Jack Doyle, K-Mac, Lucas Diversa.
And the winner for best goalie, none other than K-Mac, 93% of the tally. K-Mac, you best be wearing your mask still.
That was probably coming. Big saves. Best look I like, though.
And now it is time for our final award of the evening. It's the equivalent of the Hart Trophy, which is that little thing they give away on the ice. This is the Most Valuable Player Award. The nominees are...
And the nominees for Floorball 2 MVP are Chelsea Dinnan, Jimmy O'Brien, K-Mac, and Nick Bowens.
And the winner of the Floorball 2 Most Valuable Player is Nick Bowens, 55% of the vote. Nick, you've taken it all. Best goal, you hoisted a banner, you're the league MVP. We all love your girlfriend, Sam. Dude, you're an embarrassment of riches. Let's hear from you yet again.
Start this speech off super Canadian. Sincere thank you to everybody that voted me for MVP this year. Very easily could have gone to Kyle McDonald in net or Chelsea Dinnan. We don't have this t-shirt here without the two of them and Steve Dangle. Reagan Rust was also the best two-way player in the tournament, so lots of great players this year. Truly an honor. But at the same time, I've got a bunch of texts with Sam and other buddies from earlier in the year. I wanted to win this tournament, and I wanted MVP, so glad we did it.
Congratulations to Nick and all of our award winners, and once again, thank you to the John Boy Media community. You continue to drive us and make us better. We cannot wait to see you in 2024 for more floorball and blitzball and other wacky games that continue to bounce in that brain of one Jimmy O'Brien. We will see you soon. Thanks for tuning into the Floorball 2 Award Show. I'm going to go crack some heads. I'll see you later.
Congratulations to Nick on winning MVP. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin. The biggest disappointment. The biggest disappointment. Just the single biggest disappointment. A ton of write-ins. But the final nominees here that I chose were Unhung Zero, not being an option for any award. That's an amazing slip-up of words. And calling someone an unhung zero is hilarious. What a great accidental insult. Next nominee, That It's Over. I agree. Disappointing. Thank you for wanting more. Third option, better stat tracking. Give us blocks. XG. I don't know what that is. Amount of animals killed by Jake singing. That would be cool. The stat tracking is pretty tough in floorball. It happens very fast, and we have a small team doing it. But I agree. I want to know how many animals Jake killed. And finally, Baggage playing so damn well, but it not going their way. And the winner for biggest disappointment is the one that talked about how well Baggage played. I agree completely. Thank you very much for watching the award show. Time for a little Q&A. You guys asked a ton of great questions, and I don't want to make this really, really long. So I grouped some, and some I will answer quickly, and some I can't answer because they'll be answered in a video coming out in January that kind of explains all of next year and next tournaments and all of that. The biggest question we had that was in all the comments and was everywhere was about the walls and the backboards. Right here it says, if floorball comes back for season 3, will there be netting to determine when the ball is out? And the answer to that is no. But someone else asked a question, which is literally what we're doing. They said, would you consider removing the boards behind the nets, extending the rink from wall to wall for floorball 3? Seems like it would introduce some patented warehouse bounces. That almost feels like an inside source. Did you leave this question, Sam? Because, yeah, I was like, is this someone that, like, in our production meetings? It's exactly what we're doing. We kind of knew we were doing this as soon as this tournament ended, and it needs to be done in a way. So we're going to test it out in a smaller tournament first and then see if it plays right before we film Floorball 3. But, yeah, we want to do exactly what this comment said. Have the boards on the side, but then use just the natural wall of the warehouse behind the goalie. That means that the ball won't go out of bounds. You'll get a lot more ricochet action, a lot more craziness, and the clock will stop less, which means it'll be way more tiring. The strategy of just like shooting it out of bounds to get a whistle or a change will stop. And I also think it'll slow down the game in ways because it expands the rink so much that there's more room to go in the corner and kind of like set up a play as everyone else spaces out. So yeah, I was all over the chat and the comments this tournament, which I was happy because I'm always happy when we're aligned with the audience. So yes, that is something we're going to be doing and trying out. Quick one. Will there be a spreadsheet or anything for all the stats of the season, player stats, team stats? John has all the stats. They're in an Excel sheet. I don't know when this will happen, but eventually, yes, I want it to be public so you guys can go toggle and look at all the stats that have ever happened in the warehouse. We have them. We've been calculating, keeping them since Blitz Battle 1. So you guys can do this. I just don't know when it's going to happen. We're building a website. I hope this is part of the website, but it will take a while. And the process of keeping the stats and having one version that we can look at as the games go on and as we edit the videos that are up to date, and then having a public version that gets updated as the games premiere so we don't spoil anything for you, kind of is like a big job for someone to maintain, and we don't have enough people or time to do that. So not right now, but eventually. 2 questions right here about Ref Kev. Is Ref Kev necessary? Why is Kevin still being a ref? The answer is twofold. 1, Kev's hilarious, and Rose and Kev won best storyline, and some of my favorite clips from this whole entire thing come from the humor of having one very, very professional and like a real ref and the other guy who doesn't really know the rules. A lot of good clips. I know the rules, and that's the right call. And when he had no idea, and Rose goes, that's a guess call. The other reason, which is actually the foremost reason, is people don't realize this. A lot of our refs, they're more for the production of the filming, and they're keeping time. So if you notice, Ref Kev was stationed right by the clock. He blew the whistle for start a period, end a period, stop the clock, start the clock. We're doing a commercial break, so everyone, we can't go yet. That's his job. In Blitzball, that is the umpire's main job. And then their second job is be entertaining and be silly. The main job is, oh, Rose is still looking at that replay. Don't play yet. And they're just keepers of the pace of play. How long did the tournament take? This one was 3 days. 4 games day 1, and then 4 games day 2. The first games day 2 were the end of the regular season. And then the quarterfinal games were played after lunch, day 2, and then the semifinal and championship were day 3. that was important. This was the hardest one to organize because you have the situation of if it's someone's second game of the day versus someone's first game of the day, it's really unfair because it's so tiring. So we really had to figure out a fair way to do this. And we went to the drawing board a ton because we wanted the playoffs to start on day 3 or something. But then we had to figure this out. And it worked out because after lunch, if you were playing in a quarterfinal and you were playing against another team. It was also their second game of the day. So it took 3 days to play, and then it takes about 6 weeks to edit all the games. So how long was the whole tournament, and was it really hot in the warehouse? It was really hot, right, Sam? It was hot, Sam says. She echoed my sentiment. I think it was 90 degrees day 1. And then it got a little cooler. But yeah, when it's hot in there, it's really hot. It feels like the inside of a gross, sweaty sauna. I feel bad for the people that come as fans and aren't sweating themselves or like providing that stink. They're just like smelling it. How long did it take to set up Floorball Arena? 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think we set it up right before July 4th. It takes a day to lay tiles.
Oh, yeah. It was 1 day to lay all the tiles, kind of like a big group. The whole crew came and did it as a team together and then moved the bleachers. And, you know, setting up all the cameras takes a lot, putting all the decor. I think we give ourselves 2 weeks, but that's really like 4 days of being there, something like that. Why didn't Jules or Oli return for Floorball 2? Both were invited. Oli was in Sweden, so him and Jacob, his partner on the bench, they couldn't come, but they were invited. We thought they were going to come. Jules was on Hookline, and she was going to be the field general and the star of Hookline, and then she couldn't make it. And we found out maybe like 3 days before that she wasn't going to be able to make it, which led to some of the unbalance of teams. Other than Kane, were any other members of the Worm Burners invited back? Yeah, Oli and Jacob, but they couldn't make it. They went to play in Sweden. Defensive player of the season for Dangle. This was when I saw this come in, and I was like, damn, we should have done defensive player of the year as an award. We did not think of that. Our bad. We'll do it again. Dangle would have been up there. Reagan probably would have been up there. Some good options. Can we expect any more collabs with SDPN, Steve Dangle Podcast Network? Would love to see more Steve and John Boy content. Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll go to a Rangers game together if he's ever in New York City. He was awesome. And very happy that we invited him. And, you know, he really got it, loved it, kept that beer can from the flight. So that's great. This is a good question because I haven't undecided on my answer here. Do you ultimately think the Pavel play was good / too strong / needs to be a little longer? The other part that someone asked was, would you do it again in the playoffs? And why did you create it was another question. And we created it because Pavel's really, really good and entertaining to watch play. So we wanted him to get a chance to show that off as well. We thought it was a really funny gag. And floorball is pretty straight up. Because we're building a rink inside a rink, there's no real warehouse effect. Now, hopefully next year with the new walls that I talked about, there's more of a warehouse effect. And, you know, when you watch blitzball, it's like, oh, if it hits the beam, it's a double. If it bounces here and then bounces there, it's a single. If you can catch a foul, anything off the wall, it's very warehouse and weird and wacky. And we were trying to find some angles there. I liked it. We lost because of it, team baggage, but we didn't stop him, and we did not help him score. So that's kind of our fault, where like McFlurry, I feel like they always stopped him and they always helped him score. So the good teams kind of benefit and the bad teams. So in the end, I don't think it was too unbalanced because the good teams used it and the bad teams didn't, you know, or whatever. So I don't think it was that unfair. I would be interested in not doing it in the postseason. I would consider that, but I'd ask everyone else's opinion on it and see what they have to say. Will the tournament ever be expanded to more than 6 teams? 8, maybe. Yes. What's your favorite thing about the warehouse? The celebrations. I like watching the team who wins celebrate. They have the warehouse effect where they're in that building for 3 days or maybe 4 days, and they, you know, take the van to the hotel and are there from 9 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. to 5 every day, and all of a sudden they really want to win, and it means a ton to them, and so I like the genuine celebrations when people win. Why were the power plays not longer? They were the same as 2 minutes to 20 minutes is the same as 30 seconds to 5 minutes. So if you think about it, they were the same amount of time of the period, which is, I think, is 10%, something like that. I don't know. What prevented you from doing them live, like Blitzball? Well, Blitzball live was a rarity. We film 4 games a day, so that would be a pretty terrible way to distribute that. And we do a lot of post editing and with the pregame interviews and the interviews in between. So yeah. So status quo is not live. Film it, edit it, perfect it, do the pregame show, the postgame show, because if you were to just throw that all out there in 4 days, that would be a terrible way to distribute the content. Why was Reagan Russ snubbed of an MVP nod? Cowards. Kind of true. We how it works is the office, the crew that was there voted on the top 4 nominees, and then the public chooses of those 4. And when they did it, we had the stats up for each player. And Reagan didn't have the goals or the assists. But when you watch We Got Ice's games, she was clearly MVP. Like, they don't do as much as they did without her. She set up every play. She was like awesome at killing power plays. So yeah, probably a mistake by us. Our bad. I don't think she would have won it though, so I don't feel terrible about it. Did you ever consider that putting 4 Canadians together might be the same as creating a super team? No, they won, but they didn't blow everyone out. Just hook line that one game. It was really close games, so I don't think so. I thought it was awesome. How many people are behind the scenes? We just recorded Blitzball Battle 4, and it was 40 people on the sheet of like role assignments. So this was 6 teams of 4 instead of 8 teams of 2. So around 40 people. Around 40 people are involved in these. Why was it so short? Only 11 games is very short. Well, it was only 3 days. 4 games a day, and then 4 games a day, and then 3. So we're kind of maxed out there. In the future, they will be longer. Won't be 11 games, floorball 3. How were the team names decided? A lot of the team names are the team names. They've been there for a while, so that would be a lot of different stories to get into. But people asked about the Woogas. That's like a John Boy Media like joke for a while is wooga wooga wooga. Jake did that during games. I think Joe might have started it, and then Jake did it. And it's just like when you scare a little kid, wooga wooga wooga. You try to jinx someone. Did they win best jersey? Does that upset you?
No, I think Levias had the best jersey.
I thought Levias. I voted Levias as well. Yeah. What is the production schedule for a tournament like this? Oh, we already answered that. How long did each phase of post-production take? Post-production, we have a crew that edits the pre- and post-game. Well, this was just Dre. And then 4 people that edit the games. What's 4 weeks? 4 to 6 weeks? Yeah, closer to 6 weeks, because this was 11 games. It might have been a little quicker. But about 6 weeks to edit all the games and do the pre-post-game show. Was the original plan to have all 6 teams make the playoffs and only have 2 regular season games? Yes. Just organizing those games was hard. What was the biggest logistical headache caused by Floorball 2? I already talked about that, but I forgot about that until someone asked. I was trying to think, what was it? And it was the schedule to make sure that you didn't play the same. You didn't play a team, and it was your first game of the day and their second, because that happened in Floorball 1. And the team whose first game of the day won every game. Where can we buy the jerseys? Shop.johnboymedia.com. Is it as physically demanding as it looks? Yeah. I don't think anyone's faking it. Even some of the people that are in good shape aren't in the right shape for floorball, which is like super start. It's kind of like when you see someone go in the boxing ring and they get tired because you're just constantly on your balls of your feet and moving and running and acceleration. And, Floorball 1, Danucci was on the Cowboys. Trev runs 10 miles a day. Nikki runs all the time. And they were gassed because it's a different way to conserve and exert energy. So, yeah, it's really, really tiring. And then it's hot. And you're in this dusty, like, no fresh air warehouse, so your brain's going a little like foggy. think that's all. Who thought of having Pavel co-host with Rosie? Genius. Great chemistry. We invited Pavel to Floorball 1, but he was booked, and it was too short of notice. We wanted to get ahead of that, and we want him in the booth because he's way too good to be on a team full-time. He had never done, I think, like booth play-by color before, color commentary. They were amazing together. We can't hear that when we're filming it. I go and watch some of the dailies and get it here and there, but going into the editor's room and seeing clips and hearing them together, it was so funny. They carried the whole thing. So you're right. It was great chemistry. Thanks for tuning in and voting. And we have a couple videos coming out over the course of the rest of this year. And then in 2024, we got a whole slate of new and fun stuff. See ya. Goodbye.